Saudi Arabia has pledged to be carbon neutral by 2060. The country's energy minister insists it'll still be a competitive player in the energy market in an exclusive interview with Sky.
Saudi Arabia is the world's largest oil exporter and one of the world's biggest polluters. If COP26 is going to be a success, it needs countries like Saudi Arabia on board. And if Saudi Arabia wants to protect its future, it needs to change its ways. The Saudi economy and Saudis themselves have grown rich off the back of oil. Riyadh these days is a city of fast cars, glass towers and luxury shops. It is still strictly Islamic in many ways, but it is increasingly liberal too.
Oil has bought Saudi Arabia regional power and global influence. And so if the country moves away from oil, which, well, ultimately they must, then Saudi Arabia's position as a major player in the Middle East could be at risk.
At a conference in Riyadh, senior government ministers have been discussing the future.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia announced the Saudi Green Initiative.
It has the backing of the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. It is the usual showcase of technical revolution supported by grand promises that will land well in Western capitals. Saudi Arabia's energy minister, half-brother of the Crown Prince and one of the country's most senior politicians, insists they can deliver.
Your power and your influence globally and regionally has come about as a result of the vast wells of oil that you have. If you move away from that, potentially you might see that others will compete for influence around the world.
No, we're not moving away from that as opposed to diversifying with that. So we will be, I call ourselves now that we're transforming ourselves to an energy country. Why? Because we have reasons to believe that we are there. We believe that we will continue to be competitive. We believe that we could produce hydrogen, and again, we will be the cheapest producer of hydrogen.
Saudi Arabia is having its hand forced, no doubt. The world is moving away from oil, whether they like it or not.
So are we in a position now, is the world in a position where at some point in the future you can see the end of oil?
Oil and gas will continue to be part of the energy mix for decades. That doesn't mean they will be the same. They will be cleaner.
This is unusual in Saudi Arabia. The younger generation being asked and giving their opinion.
Really, we see hope. We could see at the end of the tunnel. And as a youth, as a Saudi youth, I'm really proud that we're going through that. You see movements, you see youth being engaged, being empowered.
You do not change an entire culture, an entire state built on energy in one day or overnight.
Everyone used to think that our generation is all about oil and money. That's definitely not the case. We definitely think more greener, we think more leadership, we think more innovation.
Saudi Arabia's record on human rights hangs over this country. So too, its involvement in the Yemen conflict. But if they can get their climate initiatives right and make good on their ambitious promises, the country's international reputation will be the better for it. Alistair Bunkle, Sky News,